Hey people, me and Buster Green here. There's a lot of evil in this world, and I was thinking about trying to solve another murder today, but there's too many loose variables right now, and I think I don't want to get angry about like a murder, so let's just do a happy video about Sonic. Yeah, nice easy video about Sonic living his go-kart life. So yeah, the hot news this week is Sonic is trying very hard to stay relevant in the world where Mario Kart World just dropped on the Nintendo Switch 2 and broke everyone's brains. Arguably finally evolved the mascot kart genre, which has been in a pretty predictable pattern ever since the release of Mario Kart 64 basically established it. Now, Sonic has tried to do racing games every once in a while, and I feel like the early Sonic racing games were better than the ones we have now. Like, you had Sonic Drift, you had Sonic R. Sonic R is kind of the best one. Sonic Rivals was also cool. They were all unique entries in the racing game genre. But then ever since 2010, we've been cursed with Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Series, where Sonic drives a car, and everyone thought that was effing ridiculous. Now, recently we've seen a crazy polarity shift where Sonic went from being the coolest successful mascot in video games to the most successful child-friendly cinematic universe in Hollywood, at the hands of the shocking 360-degree turn the movie franchise has taken him on. And more recently, thankfully, Paramount has been surprisingly willing to give back to Sega because Sega just isn't what it used to be, and they intrinsically know that Sega putting out bad Sonic games overall hurts the brand, as Paramount is trying their best to put out decent to okay Sonic movies. Now, this is especially biting in Japan, where Sonic has lost so much goodwill that the series has basically gone into a dumpster fire for just putting out too much shovelware and too many games that fell flat repeatedly in the shadow of its former successes. Now, recently, for better or worse, Paramount seems like they've been trying to get Sega off the mat and get them back to what they were and make them not totally look like has-beens. So we got that very brief but cool Keanu Reeves promotional DLC in the last Sonic game, Sonic X Shadow Generations. And this new game, Paramount seems like they've really upped the ante. And today, hoo boy, we've got a juicy one to strap in. Today we're talking about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, the new Sonic kart racer that is allegedly going to be a multiversal mashup of the year. And yeah, that sounds familiar because Multiverses just died. Anyway, it's not just Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing. Paramount seems to be putting their foot in the arena pretty heavily by putting in a variety of classic and beloved Nickelodeon characters, with the Spongebobs and Ninja Turtles being early confirmations. So lock yourselves in as we go over all the leaks on this one because they're fun. So yeah, Sonic Crossworlds is the fourth sequel in the very lame Sonic in a Car Sega All-Stars Racing series. Now, the series has always been pretty mid and pretty panned on the basis that it always comes out either right before or right after a major Mario Kart release, and it always seems like these games are kind of clout-chasing Mario Kart Shadow. It's always like the game your parents get you when they can't afford to get you Mario Kart. And yeah, every single Mario Kart game has put every single Sega racing game to shame. The only silver linings in the franchise being the random crossover characters, like the ability to play as Ryu from Shenmue in a forklift, and that one time Wreck-It Ralph was in the game to promote the movie Wreck-It Ralph, but everyone got kind of pissed at that because it was Wreck-It Ralph and not his sidekick Vanellope, who actually cared so deeply about racing games. Now, the rosters for these games overall have been kind of super weird because despite being advertised as Sonic Racing Adventures, they don't really focus on Sonic. They include a lot of random unexpected characters from various different franchises, and as a hardcore Sega arcade otaku, I'm kind of more excited about looking into these as like crossover Sega games than I am looking into them as like Sonic franchise games. Like, honestly, if the games had been released under the title of Sega All-Stars Racing featuring Sonic without putting Sonic at the forefront, I think part of me would have been more interested back then. Otherwise, the scandal of Sonic driving a car is just so off-putting for casual Sonic fans that the series has never escaped that burden. So going into this new one, there was literally no hype left for this franchise, and it was kind of destined to be shovelware, destined to be sold for $20 at Walmart in the clearance aisle, destined to drive straight into an early grave at the hand of Mario World's playable Cal, so they had to up the ante somehow. Now, the game has seemingly been delayed till later this summer in the year so they can add a ton of Nickelodeon characters. Overall, that's cool. Now, there have been rumored to be up to 14 DLC characters. A few of them we know for sure are Evil Tails, and I'm hearing the Eggman variants from the Netflix Sonic show, Sonic Prime. But it seems like beyond that, the rest of them are going to be padded out with mostly a Nickelodeon roster. Okay, actually, update. Before I could even go any further, this official leaked photo came out on Twitter with what people think is the official leaked roster. but it doesn't one-for-one line up with my information, so take this leak with a grain of salt. But here's what I can surmise from this picture and what lines up with what I know. So we got all your typical Sonic characters as expected, although I am very surprised, almost shocked that the boss and mini-boss from Sonic Lost World are on here. Like, I don't think anyone even remembers that game anymore, as well as generic Eggman Robo, which I don't think anyone gives a shit about. I'm also kind of surprised that the only Sega All-Stars character remaining is the monkey guy from Super Monkey Ball. Now then, from Sonic Prime, we got Mecha Tails, which I knew was confirmed, as well as Mecha Amy, which tracks with the leak I heard before. Although I had heard there were going to be 2 Eggman variants in the game, and instead this poster has 2 random furry OCs. Were these guys even in Sonic Prime? I don't remember them at all. Then on the Nickelodeon side, we got Patrick and Spongebob, which are confirmed, and all 4 of the classic 80s Ninja Turtle brothers. That's freaking awesome. We have Knights and Evil Knights, and what the hell is this? This thing kind of makes me kind of disbelieve this roster. I don't think they'd waste a slot on whatever the hell this is. I really can't see them picking whatever the hell this is over Ryu from Shenmue, but then there's also definite confirms for Minecraft Steve, Minecraft Steve's girlfriend, Aang the Avatar, the Last Airbender, and kind of sad that Aang's alone. I kind of would have killed for Toph, especially with, like, I guess he being there to promote the new Netflix remake. And then there's conflicting reports that either Movie Sonic is in this game, or if not, that Ben Schwartz is taking over as voice actor for Sonic in this game. So if Schwartz is now the official voice of Sonic, that would be interesting. But either way, that rumor has led to Movie Sonic being on the roster for this leak, as well as movie Keanu Reeves' Shadow. And the last slot is Hatsune Goddamn Miku, because people give a goddamn lot about Hatsune Goddamn Miku. And, you know, if this game came out, I think I would play as Hatsune Goddamn Miku. But there is also a rumor that the final secret character is going to be Sonic brand ambassador VTuber Inugami Korone, who previously was in, like, the game Megaton Musashi. Now, while a lot of people are pretty overall psyched about SpongeBob, SpongeBob is kind of a polarizing figure because there's a strong number of Sega diehard players who seemingly now want to boycott the game over the inclusion of SpongeBob because, you know, SpongeBob is a kid. SpongeBob is from 1999 and Sonic is from 1991. So if you like SpongeBob, you gotta be 9 years younger than me or something. I don't know. Anyway, actually, like, look at the direct numbers. It looks like there's more SpongeBob casuals who want to buy the game because SpongeBob's in it versus more Sonic hardcores who want to boycott the game because SpongeBob is in it. And honestly, if I'm being real, these people probably weren't going to buy the game in the first place. They're just whining for the sake of whining because they overall hate SpongeBob. I mean, I'm not really a fan of SpongeBob. I feel like SpongeBob just never clicked with me. I feel like it's always like sort of immature humor, but at the same time, I'm definitely not going to boycott the game because SpongeBob's in it. I just won't play as him. I'll probably play as Hatsune Miku or the 4 Ninja Turtles. Ah, man, I really have always wanted to play as the 4 Ninja Turtles in a race game. That's freaking awesome. All right, what do you guys think about this leak? Tell me, what are your thoughts about this? Are you sad Wreck-It Ralph is not coming back? Do you still want to play as Ryu from Shenmue in a forklift? Yeah, let me know if you even care about this game, because typically no one really gives a shit about the Sonic Racing series, but maybe all these Nickelodeon Paramount crossovers will change people's minds. Kind of sad Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life isn't in this one. That's who I want to pick. All right, let me know what you think later.